Hey guys, it's me, unemployed Zoomer. Still have that cold. Uh, so this map right here, I talked about this in another video, or mentioned it to make another video. This is the Medicaid expansion map. Okay, this is for Obamacare and your benefits, essentially. Um, so the Obamacare Affordable Care Act essentially wanted to enhance coverage for poor people. It was a start for universal health care because at the time when Obama was president, universal health care wasn't on the table. That was a little too early for its time, type of thing. Um, so the Affordable Care Act's expansion of Medicaid, trying to get more people on it, it was a start. So is it perfect? No, it's not universal, and there's still gaps. People making over that, and you're still poor, but it's better than nothing, but still not good enough. So the states in blue, we'll use Washington for an example, have adopted and implemented the Obamacare Medicaid expansion. And the deal with the expansion was the government, for the first 3 years, was going to pay for the cost of the additional coverage. Those people, 100%. Then after 3 years, they pay 90% and the state has to pay 10%. So that's where the states have the problem, is paying the 10% of the additional coverage. So as you could see, GOP states. So, yeah, and it's not all of them, like we could use Oklahoma, Nebraska for an example. They implemented it, or what's another one you could say? Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri. But even Kentucky, they've implemented it, but all those states have chronic poverty, so they probably had no choice, honestly. Like really chronic poverty, especially in these. But you know, this just goes back to my old video I had. Republicans don't believe you should have health care. Look at this. The government said we'll pay 90% of it, guys. You're only gonna have to pay maybe a few hundred million a year, billion a year. Guys, these people need health care. North Carolina doesn't think so. South Carolina doesn't think so. And we know Florida doesn't think so. Ron DeSantis, crook criminal, doesn't think you should have health care. Texas, I bet that'd be pretty expensive for the state, but health care is a human right. So I'm sure they could, cut the police budget. In these GOP states, the police budgets are out of control. The cops are armed to the teeth. They look like tactical SEAL Team 6 units. Okay, tactical, units that you deploy on a battlefield. The cops are armed to the teeth and, cut the budget for that. But Republicans, when it comes to education, nope, no increases. Healthcare, nope, they don't care. Because they see Medicaid as just another welfare program. I've heard Republicans talk about we need to bring drug testing and weight requirements for people on the government health care, and job requirements, drug testing, weight requirements. The Republicans want to disqualify you from health care all the time. It's when you hear they talk about welfare recipients. We need to be drug testing them, and we need to make sure they have a job. They have to be working however many hours. Why? Why? Number one, if you're a drug addict, should you be denied, health care? Republicans think so. They see people on welfare as a public burden. They refer to immigrants as this all the time. Oh, they're just leeches, and it's horrible. It really is, and it's just not right how they treat people. They treat people as if you're not working, you're not serving capitalism at all times. Uh, you're just not needed because you're here to serve the corporation. That's what they believe in. Stock price has to go up because what do they say? Back to the lines, get in the mines. You're supposed to be working from the time you're a toddler till you die. That's what they believe in. They don't believe school should be free. They don't believe preschool should be free, K through 12, and they definitely don't believe college should be free. No benefits, no welfare. Get back to work. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Rugged individualism. This is their ideology. No taxes. Everyone out for themselves. I'm telling you, I firmly believe if they could make little kids pay to go to elementary school, they'd do it. They'd hand them a pitchfork and a shovel, tell them to get to work outside if they could. Because what do they say? Well, they need to learn the life lesson of hard work, how to manage money. That's what they talk about. Anytime you hear them talk about the government spending money, what is the sole thing they're worried about? The national debt. That's all they're worried about. You got to balance the budget. They're not worried about anything else. But God forbid you suggest cut the military budget. Right here, look at this map. We need healthcare for people. People, number one, nationwide are struggling, but especially in these orange states or whatever, yellow, whatever that is, they're really struggling in those states. Those are really rough states to live in. I live in one of those states. They're rough places to live. And what do Republicans do? No benefits, no high-paying jobs. Because, I get it, okay? Maybe you don't want people living off the government. Okay, at least have high wages where we don't have to. But it's this double combo. Low wages, no benefits. So there's no getting out of poverty. You're not going to get out of poverty. So look, you say, okay, let's cut the military budget. They're asking for, I think, $850 billion this coming year. Yeah, we can't, what about when we say, no more military. We can't afford you. We're cutting your budget. Maybe it's time to cut the military budget. Anybody ever think about that? God, no, though. Oh, boy. Republicans will freak out if you suggest you cut that by a penny. They want increase year after year. So it's socialism for the military, just not for the rest of us. Ah, there it is. Yep. Benefits for thee, not for me. That's backwards. Yep. Because the military, they have ridiculous healthcare, which I'm glad, they need it. A lot of them get screwed up in battle mentally, physically. We don't even need to be at war, but they need healthcare. They get checks every month, I believe. That's good. I'm glad. We just need that too, though. So Republicans, though, you suggest, hey guys, China's got, a military budget a third of ours, and their military, similar. Maybe we should cut the budget. Get the waste out of there. Cut the budget. Nope, not allowed. That money's for them. You suggest this money, you see all this money going to other countries right now with all this stuff going on in the world. You say, hey, Americans are struggling. We got homeless people everywhere. Why are we sending money overseas? They say that money's for XYZ country. That money's for that country. You see what's going on in Ukraine. It's horrible. But we're sending all this money, and it's like, hey, what about us? And they got the government, Republicans and Democrats even. They're saying, no, that money's for them. Hey, but what about us? We voted you in. You're our elected representative. Get over it. Hey, we don't even have universal health care over here, but we're funding other countries' health care. Get over it. We don't have a say in anything because our elected representatives don't represent us. They represent corporate interests in other countries. Everybody but us. It's kind of sick, actually. Look at these yellow states right here. Well, red states, they're all red states, but yellow, Look at them. No healthcare coverage, really. Once you make after like $12 an hour, your healthcare is gone. I believe the limit's like 17, 18 grand a year. And after that, well, without the Obamacare expansion, you're cut. And you can forget about dental, vision. You don't get anything. There's nothing there. There's no public transit in those states. There's no benefits. The jobs don't pay anything. What are we supposed to do? It's the double whammy. No wages, no benefits. And then they tell you, go start your own business. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Republicans are criminals. People are dying in the streets because they don't have health care. People can't afford their insulin, and Republicans just say, get to work, figure it out. What? You got people, what, cancer, they get millions in debt from these cancer things. They barely survive, they make it, and then their life is ruined. They have to declare bankruptcy, they lose everything, and Republicans say, "Oh well, get over it. We don't care."